Welcome to Grace, Gratitude, and Generosity, the video ministry of Robbinsdale Parkway United Church of Christ. There's so many things to be grateful for. And in the spirit of gratitude and generosity, I really believe that what happened in our legislature here in Minnesota, anyway, was something for the ages. I think it's a deep faith agenda. When we look at people who are in need, people who are suffering, people who are striving for access to healthcare and education and different things, that's a faith response. That's a big-hearted, open, faithful way of being in the world. And what's happened over the last 100 days is nothing short of this beautiful expression of God's love. This beautiful expression of the Spirit moving in the halls of the legislature to benefit the most amount of people possible. Mostly the people that are benefiting from these legislative victories are poor and low-income people. Think about that. We enacted laws that will help poor and low-income people disproportionately to rich people. That rarely happens. And I think we need to celebrate that in that spirit of generosity and gratitude and grace. What an amazing thing what happens. And I just want to go over, just fathom for a second all the things that happened in the last 100 days. Like, we will spend more money on schools and universities, roads, housing, transit, healthcare, and social services than ever before. We will build more low-income, deeply affordable housing than ever before. We will allow people to get to work and doctor's appointments and away on mass transit than we've ever done before. We're investing in people who really need it. Access to childcare and school lunches and affordable university. It's just amazing how we are moving the corner and saying, the people who matter the most right now are people who are on the margins of our world, who don't always get their say in the halls of power. But this legislative agenda is putting billions of dollars with a B into things that matter so much to so many people. And they are disproportionately going to affect and benefit brown and black people as well. And Indigenous people. We can't forget that. That's amazing and wonderful and ought to be celebrated. Just think about this for a second. Undocumented people will be able to sign up for public health insurance and get a driver's license. To be part of this society, to live this dream that people come to this country to experience. Access to health care and a driver's license gives people a chance to participate in the economy and in the life of family and friends. It's dignity. It's not fear. It's a big, open-hearted love. Think about this. Incarcerated people who are leaving prison, will get their voting rights established as soon as they're released. You've served your time without incident, right? You've come out, and come back to the world. Come back to your own self, your own dignity. We're not going to judge you anymore by making you a second-class citizen. This is what justice is supposed to look like, but it's happening here in Minnesota. It's amazing. Think about this. This is a controversial one, but I think it's super fun. Is marijuana, ganja, hashish will be legal, and drug paraphernalia too, even if it has residue on it. Drugs are going to be legal in Minnesota. These kind of low-impact drugs that people use for medicinal reasons and recreational high will be legal. And we won't have to live in the shadows anymore. What an amazing thing that is. One of the things that's near and dear to my heart, because I've been working on it for so many years, is the right to abortion and other forms of reproductive and gender-affirming healthcare are now codified into law. Minnesota is a sanctuary state for women, people who are pregnant, seeking healthcare, seeking abortion. We will not abide by those other states that are criminalizing this healthcare or trans care. We have an open-hearted, beautiful, gracious place to be for people to feel their own sense of worth and dignity. That's a faith experience. Access to abortion, healthcare, access to trans-affirming health is a faithful response to people in need. What a beautiful thing this is, and what a wonderful God that we serve that allows us to kind of see that in that big-hearted, loving kind of way. It's not about restricting access. It's about opening up the possibility that we can be whole, healthy, engaged, relational human beings. Another one I've been working on for a lot of years is just think about it. If you have a baby, if you have a sickness in your family, you'll be able to get paid time off to nurture the child in the first months of life. You'll be able to nurture the people who are dying in your life at the end of their life. Paid family medical leave is a ginormous thing that will affect so many people in such a positive way. This is all about relationship. It's all about how we can do this work together. This is amazing, folks. This is such a powerful experience we're having here. A big, big faith response to the world is what's happening in Minnesota. I'm so proud of our legislature for doing this work in this open-hearted, beautiful, loving kind of way. And if you've ever been to the Capitol, what you saw in these 100 days has been more tears, more love, more hugs, more songs of celebration. It was just a beautiful family experience to be there. It's just amazing. On the economic side, just think of this. If you make below the median income, the state's going to provide a child tax credit to help to defray the cost. And so if you're a single person and you make less than $78,000 a year, you're going to get a child tax credit up to 3 children. And if you're a couple, it's under $150,000 a year. That's going to affect the majority of poor and low-income people in Minnesota. What a wonderful gift that is, in honoring what it takes to raise a family in this world, because costs are only getting more and more. You'll be guaranteed sick time if you work at a job for a sufficient period. That's the paid family medical leave in another way. Just a wonderful, wonderful way to honor people and to help our businesses keep their employees as well. Think about all the different ways the government has not worked in your life. This time, it's working. This time, it's trying to affect the most people in the most profound ways. That's what we do as people of faith. We try to find the people who are most in need, most on the margins, and ask what you need. What would give you dignity and hope? How would you feel loved? This is what's happening in the Minnesota legislature, and it's a good reason to celebrate this springtime that we have created a new deal for Minnesota. And this is such great news.